much better at that than you seem like you're much better at a lot of things than I was when I was your age. Like maybe not overthinking everything.
I think
And maybe not having to care so much about what everyone thinks about
I
you.
have lived a life.
This isn't your world. It's just like I want to burn it all. Good, got water, chai tea. You got that thing propped up there, that tranquil dot
Organic skincare.
tranquil dot skin, I believe it is. How was the lip balm, by the way?
It is very soft. I really like it.
It is. It's beautiful. All right, now tell me what the fuck it is you were just talking about, because you're a beautiful person. So go ahead and let's go ahead and start here.
I believe we were on. I don't remember when we were on.
That we have a friend that has a friend that he has not seen for many years
Right.
now, because that friend feels insecure about their weight gain, and so they've just been off the map.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said something wild.
I feel like I can personally relate just because most of the friends that I had were in high school, and I'm obviously not the same size as I was in high school.
You were cheerleading at the time.
Yes.
Correct.
So I was very active. I would have like 3-hour workouts 6 times a day.
God damn.
No, 6 times a week. Sorry.
I was about to say 3 hour work. I was like,
That doesn't add up.
It doesn't. But you aren't making a conscious. But you made a conscious effort to fade away from their lives. Is that because that's what we're talking about with this other person?
Am I saying that was the purpose of me like fading away because of the insecurity?
Yeah.
Then no.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, I have some friends that would literally just like, they say it's not bullying, but if I have expressed that you piss me the fuck off anytime you call me fat, then yes, I think you're bullying me.
Yeah.
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 They literally be like, "What's up, fat bitch?"
Whoa!
Literally, I'm like, that's why I'm just like, I have like a tough exterior, so I'm just like, shut up, go choke on a dick, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't let him see you sweat.
Oh my God, what is going on?
Yeah. I think I've been called fat since I was skinny.
I have a French friend. I've brought her up a couple times now. I've never been to Paris or France at all, but supposedly the people there are petite.
Right.
And so she's not petite. So her family just swears that she's big as hell. It's like, and they
like, God forbid genetics are a thing.
and remark on it often, especially like the father. It's like it's not even. I'll show you her.
Like, my parents
after.
do that all the time too. I'm like, y'all literally have me on this lifestyle of just going out to eat. You literally are taking me to IHOP and you're calling me fat on the way there. Like, why the fuck would I want to still go to IHOP with you?
So could you? I want to understand. What are you saying? What are they saying? Like, what do you mean they're calling you fat on the way to the International House of Pancakes?
I would like to understand as well, Earl.
No, but what are they? What are the actual words that they're saying? Like, how does this come up in conversation? Like, what, you guys are driving, they turn on the car. All right, guys, let's go get some breakfast, and then you guys are driving, and they like.
I don't know how. It's a talent that my dad has, that he will just bring up anything that can like demean you or just kind of like belittle you. And he'll just kind of just because he laughs, he thinks it's in a playful way and that it shouldn't bother anyone. I'm like, sir.
That's interesting. Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really, it makes me think about, because I haven't always been the most emotionally intelligent person.
Right.
And I'm certain I still have leagues to go, or I would definitely like to.
I think it has to do with like his like narcissism complex and just always having to let everyone know that he's like the one, that he's
the one.
him.
The one.
No, yeah, not the second. The one.
Yeah. I also feel like I have a much better time understanding people now because I've been iterations of many people, and I've been the asshole. I've been the one, right? In my mind, somehow and I remember wanting to, like there would be this complex where, for whatever reason, people would be sort of intimidated to approach me or speak to me, and I would sense that. Right. And then I would play on that and like try to make them more uncomfortable at a point. I was much younger, but I was a dick. And just looking back now, it seems so ridiculous. It seems like, I mean, so crazy, but I guess it was like something I had to get through, you know, like not feeling enough myself. You know what I mean? So you had to try to overcompensate somehow. And so I guess I felt like if people were intimidated to approach me, then that made me feel much larger of a person.
I understand that just because I'm also like a small person. So I like having that almost like fearful energy around me just because it's like, I don't know, I get that a lot, that I'm like, people are afraid to literally come up to me because I don't necessarily look the nicest, or I don't. you know what I'm talking about.
Which is so funny because you are a very nice person.
Literally, you just have to get through, like, you just have to say hi. And I'm like, hi.
Yeah, I really don't think it's not even that difficult to like get to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you're inaccessible.
I'm really not, but I can definitely make myself inaccessible.
I believe you. I believe you. Thank you, Emily, for being here. No, I
appreciate your work here.
I do appreciate your work here. I really do. No, I think it's interesting you being here, and because it's fascinating that with certain people you just click. Right. It's like the energy's like vibes are real. Vibes are
100% a thing. If I can literally just see you for the first time, and if I get a weird vibe from you, you're not it. I'm not talking to you.
A weird vibe.
No, Mr. Cheats from Coastal.
Mr. Cheats.
Do you know about the drama that's been going on? A certain someone like cheated on a certain someone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that there's been like I've heard. Right, like I've gotten some ripples of this. Yes. Yeah. Understood.
First time I saw him, called it. Like, no. I don't.
Interesting.
You can tell.
Very interesting.
It's almost like I could smell it on people. I'm like, I don't like you.
Wow. What is that?
Intuition?
Yeah, it's something like that, right?
Something. It feels like that, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not wrong. Because I'm also a very fair person. If I see you, like, if someone tells me not to like you, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you your time, so that way I get to know you and figure out who you are from my perspective. But if I'm trying to figure you out and I figure out that I'm not liking you, I don't like.
Yeah, you also
what
just
you're about.
Don't try to force it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it doesn't like, I guess just like move as it's supposed to, then yeah, I'm not gonna force it either.
Yeah, that's something I've had to learn. See, you got that much earlier on in life than I did. For me, because I wanted people to like me. Like that was like a core part of who I was. Like I really wanted people to like me. So I would, try to clown around and joke and stuff like that, and try to get people, try to win people over.
Well, everyone likes you, Earl. So you still got that. Just
just through different means.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I learned early on that I don't care if no one likes me.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, see, not me.
I think I'd rather prefer it. But thankfully, I guess I've never had
Wait a minute. Wait. Rewind. You think that you may prefer that no one like you. Is that what you said? You didn't mean that.
That's not what I meant when it came out.
Yeah.
What was I trying to say by that? No, yeah, I think I prefer having that I'm not sure if I'm gonna like her kind of vibe at first, because I don't want to be a pushover. I don't want anyone to just be like, oh my god, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I like being a very private person, and I want you to know that I'm a good person because you know me, not just because of like what you've heard. If that necessarily makes sense.
Yeah, I try to just stand in every moment as best as possible. So if I'm nice and polite person, whatever, welcoming, and then people feel as though because of those qualities, they're going to walk over me or do whatever.
Right.
Then they're going to find out, like, when they try. So it's like, I'll be welcoming and pleasant and calm and all those things in those moments. And then when the moment comes where I can't be that because someone is really trying me, then they're going to find out, like, abruptly, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, you can be both of those things. Because usually people can be like sort of unidimensional, and if they're always nice, you just like, oh, they're just nice. You can treat them however you want. But it's like, oh no, this person also can flip that switch.
But a lot of people forget that it is a switch. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you get a mean experience, they just automatically think, oh, she's always mean. No, yes, I can be a bitch. I'm blunt. If you like that, then we're gonna be friends because it's not stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's people's inability to see people as a whole, and they just, which makes all the sense in the world to me. And the car did fall, and it makes all the sense in the world to me because you want to compartmentalize as quickly as possible. Like, people try to make life as easy as possible. So if they can just see you as like one thing, then they'll try to like let me try to figure you out. Like, people always want to try to figure someone out and like, okay, boom, you're that type of person, and then just put you away. You're that type of person. I never have to think about you being more than that ever again. She's mean.
And people are always changing as well. So maybe I was mean last week.
So this goes back to our conversation. I feel like I need to hear you a little bit better. Hold on a second. Boom.
Is it too far?
No. Right there is good. Just the positioning.
Oh, it was too high.
It was just a little too off center. Okay. Okay. So interesting analysis yesterday is I was told by like 3 people that I have trust issues. So this is interesting because you're speaking about people changing, right? And I think that people, upon observation, things are constantly in flux. So one thing is, Mark asked me a question and I answered it incorrectly. He said, did your parents let you down? I said, no. My mom definitely did let me down in certain ways. I have one of those like like drama movie memories,
right,
where I had a backpack ready to go. My brother and I had a backpack ready, and we were watching, I think it was like the first Mortal Kombat movie that had come out. And we were both watching that shit, like, dun, 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 dun. And fucking, you know what I mean? They were in their Sub-Zero and this shit fighting, and we're all excited. And we know mom's coming to pick us up from wherever my dad is wherever we're staying at the moment. And we were just up and just watching that shit, ready for her to pick us up. And then like just super fucking excited because in my mind, she said she's coming, so she's fucking on the way, right? And we're just sitting there watching.
Like, mom's about to get
like,
us,
bro, this shit, oh my God. Like, yeah, like life can't get any better. We're watching Mortal Kombat and mom's coming to get us. Like, this to me, it's a holiday, right?
Right.
And the movie goes off. But it's a marathon, so that shit comes right back on. So it comes right back on. We're like, oh shit, the movie's coming back on, still fun, and mom's still coming to get us. This is great. And then at some point in time, I just wake up the next morning.
How long are these movies?
I mean, they're probably like, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. But At some point in time, I just found myself awaking the next morning in that room. Mortal Kombat still playing because it's just a marathon on TNT or whatever the fuck it is we were watching. So that did happen. So I incorrectly answered that question, but I understand people's proclivity. That was the word of the day yesterday.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Just because you can find a reason for why it happened doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Wait, what? Just because
so it's almost like, I feel like you found, I don't want to say excuse, but it's like you found your reason for why it happens. Like, let's say if someone like cancels or something, they have a reason. But at the end of the day, it still happened. They still canceled. So I feel like with your trust issues, it's not, we talked about this. It's not negative. It's not that it's an issue necessarily. You just understand that a lot of people can't necessarily commit to things just because that's life. Yeah. So it's like you don't necessarily hold them to any sort of expectation, which is also where a little of the problem is, because at the end of the day, you should like wanna almost like hope for something, like expect something almost.
And I think I do because if I didn't, planning things would look crazy. Like, for instance, if I just didn't expect for you to show up here at all today, like none of this would have been set up. Like, I wouldn't have gotten ready to do this at all. It wouldn't have been until you were like, oh, I'm here, where I'd have been like, oh shit, I got to start putting stuff together. She actually came, so it's not that I'm not expecting people to, I just also allow room for the fluctuation of people's feelings and things going on in life, because it happens all the time. So that's why I brought it up, because you're like, maybe I was mean last week. So people will say things sometimes, and when they said it, they meant that shit. But maybe an hour later or a day later, like they're just not feeling the same, or and things transition, and they're just like, you know what? I really felt confident about doing this thing. But now, upon like further investigation, I'm very anxious and I'm very scared, and like I don't want to do it anymore. Or I didn't know you live so far away. That distance isn't going to work for what it is I have going on that day. Or you just don't know.
I've dealt with times I've been to that outlet in the last month was unhealthy.
That's funny. Big shopper.
It was so bad. And my like aunt has literally lived down the street from you for the past at least 10 years.
We have a manager that just spent $1,500 on 2 jackets. You aware of this? They're like sheep, inline sheep.
No.
Yeah.
Who?
The V-Man.
No.
Indeed.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
$1,500
on both. Yeah. It's hurting them.
Like together?
Yeah, for both jets. So $750. Well, I mean, I'm interested in people's spending habits because I'm not a shopper. So when you tell me you're a big shopper and the amount of time that you spent in the outlets was unhealthy, I'm like, now I want to investigate this. Like, what do you mean?
Hear me out. Just because I like to go window shopping doesn't mean I actually buy stuff.
Oh, you window.
But when I do let myself buy things, it's unhinged. For Black Friday, I spent $700.
You told me about this, but you said a lot of it was presents for other people.
Right, but then again, that's still like, I specifically saved up to do all of that in one day. I wasn't going to wait till last minute because, as we've all seen, that turns into complete shit. So, yes, it wasn't all for me, but it's still like, I would have never spent this money on any other time in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll get my dad a cute little Calvin Klein shirt. I'll get my like cousins some like going out shirts since they keep pulling up in hoodies. Like, y'all got me fucked up. I'm like, let me get y'all looking right.
Okay.
So I was excited to. But it's also like, I get unhinged. I'm like, wait, they might need this. They might need that to go with it. I'm like I got my friend Jenny some freaking like Crocs, and I got her like the little tequila shot too. I got like
with the beautiful skin.
Yes. I'm like her small self. Love her. With the little J, like I got everyone matching Jibbits. Jibbits, sorry. They're like $5 each. That's 2 McChickens for a piece of plastic this small. It hurts. It hurts. I'm still crying about it.
Yeah, that's...
But I got this nice ass trench coat for like 120. So it's definitely not no 1,500.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
I think you can get good things on a bargain. Like I don't think I imagine myself shopping for luxury brands like Gucci, Prada, all that. If it's gifted to me, thank you. I don't think anyone's gonna spend them.
What's your accessory, or like, I mean, like, what do you spend the most on? Like, what do you like? You like bags? You like shoes? You like just apparel in general?
It's definitely
Perfumes?
shoes and bags.
Shoes and bags.
And makeup.
That's so funny, bags. Bags, like, when did bags become like a thing? Just like bags. Like, I want a new bag. He got to get me a bag. I need this.
I feel like women just started getting back into them, but it's always been a thing. Ever since I was little, my mom was always like a fanatic with her purses. Like, it's always been like the Coach bags, or, you know, like the Louis, like.
What are you looking for in a nice bag?
I think it's the way that society changed, that everyone just wanted to start having just name brand things. But there's so many good bags out there that actually, like, I like pockets.
You like pockets?
I need to have a zipper.
Okay.
And that's basically my only requirements. I'm not I'm not difficult. As long as it has a good amount of pockets and a zipper, like, to hold it all together. Because I've learned, if it doesn't have a zipper, your shit's falling out if that hoe's upside down.
That little at the top doesn't do it. That little button
doesn't do
a latch
anything.
Doesn't really do it. You need a zipper.
Maybe if the latch is like the flap is going directly over the purse.
Yeah.
But even then, if it's only a magnet holding it, the amount of times that just gets caught in something, it just opens up and it'll.
The nuances of bags.
It's frustrating.
This is like people with shoes. Like, when I ask people about shoes and like the manufacturing of shoes and
I love J's.
What a good shoe is. Yeah.
A good shoe, I think a good heel means. And
you rock heels often?
I try to. It doesn't necessarily.
Where are you at with them? Because you don't even like the club no more.
Dinner,
brunch.
Clubs. I still go to clubs. I say, hear me out. I don't like going to the club. And I will say this time and time again. I have to be drunk to actually enjoy being at the club. Because I want to dance. And I miss quinces because they would put the good music that I want, like bachata, merengue, cumbia, all that. They'd actually put some good ones. But no, clubs nowadays, they just want reggaeton. They just want you to like be throwing ass. And then
that's definitely the world we're in now, is ass throwing. That's a fact.
And it's like, I can't throw my ass to this right now. Like, you gotta at least choose a good song to throw it to. Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense.
Oh man, look at the dilemmas. The dilemmas. Like, I can't even throw my ass to this correctly. Like, at least put on a good one, and then I'll throw it, I guess. Like, if I have to.
You know, maybe if it gets me a shot, then probably.
Oh my gosh, I just need a zipper at the top of the bag. Like, I mean, that magnet does not really do it. Like, look at the struggles right now.
You think I'm lying? I literally no, because I just went Saturday night. My purse went flying. It just
went flying?
It went flying.
What sort of activities were you partaking in where maybe your bag went flying?
Nothing. I was walking around with it in my hand, and my hand just let go. Yes. I'm that girl. It just let go. And it just flew, and I had to.
Are we getting you on dates? Can we get you on some dates? Don't cry.
I'm like, I don't remember the last time I've actually been on a date.
You don't remember it? You definitely remember. It was just a while ago. But you don't remember, like, what it was like to, sit in front of someone else and have them looking at you and y'all talking about stuff? Oh, does that make you not look? That make you not feel good?
It's because as soon as you said that, I was thinking of when I was on Hinge for a bit, and I met just like this one guy who drove like a Charger, and he came to pick me up in it. And he was just so excited about this car. He literally, basically what he told me is he just took me out because he wanted to show off his car. Like, he wanted somewhere to drive to and just...
What are you talking about? He didn't say that. Again, whether it's like your parents or your friends or this guy, I need to know exactly what the words are being said. Just like you guys going to IHOP in the morning for breakfast. I need to know exactly what he said, because he did not say, yeah, I only picked you up because, you know what I mean, I needed to spin the block real quick. And
I live in Manassas. This man's lived in Woodbridge. That's one. He's like, yeah, it's like fine. I definitely want to drive there. He's like, yeah, I would love to. I just got this new car. I'm so excited. As soon as I get in it. Yeah, do you like my whip? Like, let's go. Where are we going? It don't matter anywhere. Like, do you want to drive? Yeah. And it's like revving it in a residential when there's a stop sign every 2 blocks.
Oh, they don't care.
And I'm like,
oh, those people that rev do not care about where they're at all.
Yeah.
Some people should be sounding like a rocket. Mm-hmm. They do not care.
So I will say verbatim, yes, that's not what he said. But the vibes.
Yeah.
It was that. And then I talked to him for about like 3 days later, and he said he got like a DUI and that the car got like, what is it? Repo?
Yeah. So you're not, I mean, but you're interested though. Like, I'm not saying that you're actively out there searching, but are you open is I suppose what I'm trying to say.
I like to think that I am, but I don't think I actually am.
You not feel?
No.
Damn. Just no, I don't feel, Earl. You don't feel emotionally available for it. You don't feel.
I think all of it. I just
just kind of over the whole.
It's almost yes. I don't feel, Earl. It's that I feel like I lack the compassion, like the patience, the communication, like to be able to like prioritize them over my friends. Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine in where I'm at. I don't want to have to like spend my money on somebody else. I have a dog. I'm so good.
Yeah, people are going the way of the pet these days over a lot of things, children and significant others.
Hey, I would like a significant other, but it's more like I said, I can't prioritize them over the money that I have to pitch in for my dog because I have to be there for them. I'm a primary caretaker. That word.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say like gatekeeper.
We've talked about you being a gatekeeper before.
That is a lie. What have I gatekeeped?
I forget, but you were definitely gatekeeping something.
It wasn't 34. I told you what 34 was.
No, not that. Not that, but something else. Okay, all right. I just wanted to trying to figure out where your head's at. That's all. But yeah, no. So this was something I didn't mean to touch on earlier. It's just the vibes that brought us together. You being very playful. I think probably one of the cornerstones of us being cool is just making fun of each other and just knowing.
Making fun of people.
It's interesting when you know that you can make fun of someone and like you're already like in a safe space. Like, you know, they're like, we're in a safe space. No one's here trying to hurt the other one. Like we're just fucking around. That's interesting, that space. But I feel like, and this is an interesting little segue of sorts, is that I feel like I'm your Chris Tucker.
What, to my Jackie Chan? Shut the fuck up.
I feel like it's a weird mix, sort of like peanut butter and jelly, like that just got thrown together someday.
Hear me out, though. I feel like I would be Chris Tucker.
Does that make me Jackie Chan?
Yes, because I am definitely the one that needs to be woosawed.
Wow, this is interesting. I didn't even put it this way, but now I may be Jackie Chan.
I'm like, you were literally the one that's like, gotta, and I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Like when that man was about to like rip that Chinese man in shreds, he's like, what do you mean? When he was like ordering Chinese food?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Chris Tucker. There's no way I'm not. Like,
okay.
Even in Rush Hour 3, when they're like singing, you would be the one on the, just hit him with the opera, just on the swing.
Are we about to sing to each other right now? Don't make it happen.
I would have, but I don't remember the song they sang. All I can think of like is the Little Rascals. You are so beautiful.
I forget.
To me, can't you see?
I forget.
Too good. I know you remember. You just want me to keep going.
I would love that, actually.
I'm not gonna.
That was a little bit of it.
Can't you see?
Your love for Jackie Chan. So The Foreigner, Rush Hour. Were you big into kung fu like flicks, like in general? Did you like?
I don't remember any of the names of them, but
Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger.
Yes,
Crouching
like
Tiger,
I've definitely
Hidden
seen like almost all of like the old ones.
Tony Jaa films. You remember Tony Jaa? You be running around with like a elephant and the protector. Okay, Jet Li, the one, like your father, the one.
Yeah, I'm like, there's Ong Bak, but
yes, Ong Bak. So that guy that played in that, his name is Tony Jaa.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know his name.
Yes.
But yes,
he was doing real shit.
Yeah,
like that was him.
Yeah.
That's slept on.
All of them, I feel like, are slept on.
Yeah. But when you look at the Tony Jaa, like
those movies were insane.
Yeah, like there were no sort of like camera cuts where you like really weren't quite sure. Like that, he was really running up on people, jumping off a wall. Like he was doing all of those stunts. And I know Jackie Chan does his stunts too, but
right. But that's just more like an actual like film crew kind of.
Yeah, like Jackie Chan had like action films. You know what I mean, with like big productions behind them. Maybe not forever, but for a long time. Tony Jaa's, those were like smaller films. Those were just like a camera set up and him running around, elbowing people on the top of the head and flipping around and kicking people. Like
I would be 9 years old, just like on my Netflix, like I'm gonna watch all of them. The prequels, it made no sense to me, but I was still watching them.
Oh, that didn't matter. Like I mean, the stories were cool. Like I kind of get it. Like one, it was called The Protector. He was protecting this elephant, and I think like some people came and like killed some elephant, killed his elephant or something like that he grew up with, and then he went trying to go through the underground crime. And just started.
It was basically John Wick all over again.
Yeah. That is exactly what it was. It was John Wick. Except it was Tony Jaa and an elephant instead of fucking Keanu Reeves and a dog. That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh my gosh.
And I only mention it because I just finished my John Wick marathon.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Good, right?
Good.
Yeah.
I like the third one. I think of all of them, that was my favorite, Parabellum.
Oh, that's interesting. I did enjoy Parabellum. I liked them all. Like once you just understand that it's just a bunch of wild shit going on.
Yeah, I'm like once you get past the fact that none of this makes sense.
Yeah, like you just have to suspend your disbelief, sort of. Just literally, like go into it.
On the first movie, I was so mad that the bullets were not going through the glass and not hitting him. I was like, this isn't physicking. The physics aren't adding up.
Not only that, but he only practices judo. Like he's not.
Right.
He's just like, running around and grabbing people. mid-level moves right now, and you're apparently just winning? I'm like, no. like the twins at the end of Parabellum, you had 4 sets of hands right there, and you couldn't beat him? But John Wick's also kind of like a superhero of sorts. Like he goes through I
don't know what is like in his bloodstream. I need some of that though.
He definitely fell off of a building.
Yes, and he survived.
Yeah,
I was like, he would have broke everything on his way down, but he could.
He's definitely a superhero, but in that world though, he's awesome.
Is it a superhero more vigilante?
But his bones don't break. Like that's why I say.
So do you mean like meta-human almost?
Yeah, that's
hero.
what. All right, my fault. You're right. That's very true. I shouldn't say hero. Yeah, vigilante of sorts. I guess it's the thing that people like. I think that's why people got into him as well. Who else am I thinking of? Deadpool. Like people that are, what do they call, anti-heroes?
Yes.
Where they're not really a hero, but you root for them.
They're good people at the end of the day. They just don't give a fuck about fighting for
like justice necessarily. Like sometimes what they're doing is in alignment with justice.
Right. But
that's just because it lines up. Right. That's just because it happens
purely coincidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you need it? Good for you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna still kill him after, but good for you. You know? Yeah,
there's something good about that. Oh, you need here, Matt, I can hit this little fan, get a little bit of wind going.
No, I'm gonna just take it off.
Well, I'd like to do here. I'm gonna just put it on a very low setting.
There we go. Mucho mejor.
No, there's something about that I like a lot. I've talked about like Buddhist philosophy before a lot, and it's interesting because it was actually a part of a book that I was just reading. It's around here somewhere. I told you that Mark purchased 2 books for me.
Yeah, I was like, how are you already bringing up books with me?
Well, only because it has to do with the yin and the yang, the balance. And Mark, for some reason, he doesn't know anything about Taoism, but he got me this book just merely based off of some subconscious drawing to him, I guess. That he felt like something tells me that like Earl.
I love Mark.
They should have this book.
It's intuition. It's exactly what it is. It's that thing working. Just be like this one.
That thing, yeah. And it turns out to definitely resonate. It's funny because I haven't looked into Taoism, but I've spoken these words without knowing about Taoism. So it's interesting how that worked out. But the whole polarity of yin and yang.
You're also not original.
No, absolutely not. Like, what's original? Like, there's nothing new under the sun. There's just we're just new, so we're looking at things for the first time.
That's a good song.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Sorry, back to
no. But instead of there just being like a villain of sorts, it's just that Alan Watts, the writer of this book called The Watercourse Way, is he's kind of talking about the Western world, the way that we do things over here versus the East, and how we could benefit from a lot of their thinking, a lot of their philosophies. And
for sure.
And that for us, it's about having a better life, a good life, and a life that's separate from, sickness and from poverty and from bad thinking and all these sorts of things, and from evil. And their understanding is that the two coincide. Like to try to eradicate one is to eradicate the other, right? So you can't. So I think why we like those characters is because they're that. Like we can see like, oh, this seems like a real, like the humans I've seen. Like the humans I've seen are not like Superman. They're not just like these great characters with shining smiles that only do the right thing. Like, no, like show me someone like I know. I know real humans that do fucked up shit and that do cool shit. And, depending upon the day or the moment that you find them, and they're trying. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to make the right choice.
They're trying.
Sometimes they won't, but
yeah, that's a fact.
It's the intention.
And sometimes you fall off the path. Sometimes you fall off the path. I have fallen off the path many, many times. That's why I feel like I understand people very well.
I'm not sure I'm on the path.
Sometimes that's the case.
I just kind of live life.
Yeah, you're just living. Yeah, do you something I've gotten far better at as of recent, mostly because of all of the psychedelic drugs I've taken, is not thinking. I used to just think very hard about everything, the moral implications of things, just all of the logistics that go into every situation, and then I just started like, just like living and flowing inside of things, and I just allow, and just things just happen. Now I feel like I've just done the work, and so now I just trust in my existence along with things, as opposed to thinking that I am the one making things happen, like I'm some fucking asshole. You know what I mean? You seem like you're much better at that than you seem like you're much better at a lot of things than I was when I was your age.
Like what?
Like maybe not overthinking everything.
I think,
and maybe not having to care so much about what everyone thinks about you.
I have lived a life.
Yeah.
And for someone that is my age, you're probably thinking, oh, she hasn't been through much.
What are you in, like 22?
I'm literally only 22. Yeah. I just turned 22. But I swear my shit is a movie. A movie of all sorts. Like, there's the rom-coms, there's like the action, there's like the thrillers, there's just like the independent films.
See, the rom-coms is what I was trying to get into earlier, and you just like, oh no, like I don't even remember romance ever. I don't even know what that is. Bullshit. But it's all good though. Okay,
just hear me out. I'm like, none of them really
that wasn't hitting.
Yeah, I'm like, none of them really hit that hard for real. Like there was like the first boyfriend, I guess, that like the guy I lost my virginity to, we were on and off for like 3 years, but it was a secret because we couldn't tell anyone because there was an age gap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we all know how society is with age gaps nowadays. So we kept that very low. Like we didn't want anyone to know.
That is interesting, right? Like, because you go to different places on the planet in different years, like different ages, and things are very, very different. And that's a very...
It's like it's a whole ass other society. It's another culture.
Yeah. And it's very taboo, very controversial within others, like ours. Like, yeah, that's one of those human issues. It's quite complex for people to try to wrap their minds around. Like,
God forbid, they have different morals than we do.
Yeah, it's difficult for people to wrap their heads around sometimes. You become so like ethnocentric, like in your ways, like this is the way we grew up knowing. So when someone else does something that like almost breaks your brain, it's like, how could that possibly be? How is that okay? I find it
fascinating. Be like, why do you do this? Wow, like I don't want to diminish or like kind of disrespect anybody. For me, also being uneducated, I just would like to know more. Yeah, but a lot of people just kind of take it as like, no, they're not supposed to do that. Like, why don't you figure out why they're doing it first?
Are you comfortable saying the age in which it started? So clearly you were the young one. Oh yeah, this person was.
I don't like people my age.
Got you. I mean but it's funny because I told you that.
I told you that too. I'm like, I don't like people my age, and it's always.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
So no, I'm not going to.
That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right.
I will say there was a certain point that my mom just kind of knew. Like she just kind of knew about it, and like I had introduced them to everyone, and it honestly wasn't a problem to anyone that was actually important in our lives. So we kind of just.
Well, see, that's the thing.
It was a great time while it lasted.
See, everyone was kind of on the end. Well, I mean, aside, that could know. That wasn't going to disrupt it. You know what I mean?
That more like needed to know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's where people, like, if you were going to have an intelligent conversation about it, it would be like, okay, some people feel like the ages are there for a reason because of, like, neurological development in the brain. And it's like your brain doesn't actually fully develop till, like, your mid-20s. So if you're over that, and then you have someone that's much younger, you're taking advantage of this person,
Right,
and
and
it's like but if you have all these, now you have a village involved, and there are like elders and like people around that are like kind of looking at the situation, and that's an interesting one. They're kind of co-signing it. They're making sure that nothing evil is taking place.
It was almost like it was the approval that was necessary for that time. Because at the end of the day, society is ever changing. Everyone's opinions change. And it's also like they don't need to know about what's going on in my life. Everyone's going to have their opinions, whether it's valid or not, whether like I give a fuck or not. So I'd rather just know the opinions of the people that are important to me, because I feel like that's really the only thing that matters.
Yeah. So do you do a lot of social media then? Or do you think about... Or do you take in a lot of other people's opinions, like from social media?
I don't want to say it doesn't affect me, because I do see myself as... Like, someone will say something to me, and I kind of like... What's the word I'm looking for? I let it influence me almost. So it's like, yeah, when someone like calls me fat, like even if it's like I said, the important people are what matter, and if it's my friends that are calling me fat, then yeah.
What's interesting is I had never been a part of a world where you went to work, and when people got dressed for work, people just got dressed in front of each other. That was never a world I was a part of. So, like, when I came to work, I was like, whoa, like, what is, like, people where I came from had separate locker rooms and all this other stuff, but it was a very large place. So, it's like, oh, this is very different.
Coastal is on some other shit.
Like, people is just, we just back here.
I will say that it has been a lot better than it was before you came, but I want to say it's very homey now. We're all very friendly. We're almost like a family.
That. Yeah, you said that.
I don't think there's any like bad blood except for that.
Well, there's like some small little skirmishes.
Small little things.
Little sparks.
But at the end of the day, it's like everyone is still, like, we're not letting that affect our day. I've been seeing a lot more like distress within the managers though. So it's like, if mommy and daddy are mad, the kids notice. You know what I mean? The kids notice, and we're
like... Your analogies be wild. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this life. This life that's brought you so much wisdom. Well, no, hold on. Let's actually stay here for a second. Because because there's this polarity here. I don't know exactly what's going on. So you feel comfortable taking your shirt off, putting shirts on, like in front of other people, but then there's also this other part where you don't, and you hiding from people that used to be your friends, but not your friends no more because they wasn't your friends since you was a cheerleader.
I don't know how to explain it. I'm comfortable in my body. I am essentially, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing you need to know, because of the fact that, like, yes, I am insecure, but at the end of the day, if I need a fucking change for work, I'm gonna get this done, and I'm not gonna give a fuck about what you say. Okay, I'm fat, you have a hairy back, and more.
Yeah, hi.
You feel me? It's like...
Did that person ever...
It's like, I can fight with my words if you're pissing me off. So I know I have my defenses in case anyone tries, but I'm always like on alert, which is where my insecurities come in. So it's almost like, no, I'm not necessarily comfortable, but it's also, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, if I need to go pee in a corner, I'm gonna go pee. I'm not gonna waste my time and be like, maybe I shouldn't. No, I'm just do it.
I wish people...
I don't like lingering on it. I just want to make a decision and get it over with.
Yeah.
That's why I like tattoos. People that are like, I don't know what to get. I'm like, then yeah, I don't think you should get a tattoo.
Someone I think the last person I had a conversation on here with. Oh, I actually told you a little bit about the boudoir photos, like the lingerie, the high end lingerie photos, and all that. Because she had also struggled with body image issues. Mm-hmm. I would just want to ask you this question: you are aware that men like all sorts of women, right? I just asking.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So your thing has nothing to do with the actual desire. It's all about what you're thinking.
It's all about me. It's all about it. Like, I don't want to sound like conceited, but the amount of compliments I get in a day are overwhelming. And it honestly doesn't make me feel any better. Just, I don't know how to
process it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to take it. I'm like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, it's makeup. I'm like, or something along those lines.
Huh. When was the last time you feel like you got like a really good compliment, like a well thought out one, you know? Or they're just like, damn girl, you thick in them jeans. Like, what do you know what I'm saying?
Literally, it's all like, they're all just objectifying.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the case. So they all just kind of
the last, I want to say, sentimental compliment I got. I think mostly from my friends.
Good people.
It's usually them.
I mean, it's not bad.
But that's not necessarily good either.
I mean, I think it's to be expected. Like, other people aren't going to... most people are not taking the time out to really try to figure out.
But like I said, I'm like, it's the important people that matter. So I would want it from the important people, but I don't really receive it from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just receive it from like my girlfriends.
Wait, who's the... so the important people are not... so these are two different groups of people we're talking about. Your friends, I mean, even though there are important people, they're not the important people that you're talking about. The important people...
No, they are. I want to say
who's it missing from?
My important people is... I want to say is friends and family, but it's also like it's not all of my friends and it's not all of my family. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there are some people in my family that I do not give a fuck about their opinions.
Yeah. But it would be nice if certain other people in the family said something every now and again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's why it's kind of funny every time you're like, I appreciate your work here. I'm like, do ya?
Yeah, people's energy is more so than anything. That's what I'm in tune with. Like, I mean, I do like your work there, but I think your energy means more than that. Like, I like, because the energy is important in that ecosystem. If it's not, again, I don't know what it was like before I got there, but a shitty job is not fun to be at. Like, you know, if everyone in there is just screaming at each other or bitter and just spouting out fucking toxicity and venom at people all the time and trying to sabotage people or just at least not help them when they know they could or whatever, like, this shit is not fun. So, like, yeah, it's very necessary. Like, that I appreciate that when people make a place better. Like,
are you trying to say I made it better?
Yes.
How?
Existing in the space.
By just existing?
Yes, just existing. You don't got to do anything. I mean, it'd be nice for you to do your job, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that also helps. Like, if you could,
don't get me wrong.
If you could run that food, that'd be great. But I'm just saying, like, but just exist sometimes.
If you could take out that bread basket.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you could get your own Aussie rolls instead of talking about side stand. But
hear me out. I'm like,
just existing in the space, man. We just existing in the space is nice. Your energy, you being there is nice. I told him that to Mark. I was like, man, I'm so glad you're back. Like,
yes, I did miss Mark a lot. I was like, where's Mark? I need my dark humor being. Like, where is he?
Yeah, that first day he came back, that motherfucker was tired as hell. He had no energy.
Tired.
He had no energy for anything. But
imagine he wanted me to pick up this morning. I would have been tired. I was like, sir, we both about to be down.
Yeah.
It's not a good mix.
Yeah, but you just, you know, you enjoy people's energy. So anything you can do that doesn't disturb your own, that could help someone else's energy out or help you further understand theirs or whatever the case is. I brought him some Dayquil yesterday. He needs some Dayquil. I'm like, go ahead, get that in you. You know what I mean? Because I need that grade A, top tier mark energy.
In my opinion, Dayquil is some.
Let me tell you something. How you feel about NyQuil?
NyQuil will do it.
Yo.
NyQuil, I do it. If I get sick on that first night, I'm taking 2 shots of NyQuil, put in a hoodie, I'm wrapping myself up, I'm sweating that bitch out. Next morning, I'm up.
I understand why you have to be 18 to purchase NyQuil. That
People
shit is for real.
Yeah. What? That was lean in high school. You would
see. I wasn't into it, but I knew other people.
I wasn't either.
That got into it. Yeah, I knew other people got into it, but I didn't. But when you experience it from afar, like you don't know what it feels like. You just
right. I'm just like watching them do it.
I'm just like what like that shit ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing. It's the same way I used to feel about people with psychedelics before I did it. I'm just like, oh, yeah, really? It's crazy, right? Oh, okay. No, and then it's like, no, that's just crazy.
No, that's just crazy. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy. So, yeah, man, like, I know someone that did NyQuil, like, all their years in college.
Ooh, what is?
Their schedule was so busy that when they needed to go to sleep, they had to go to sleep. Like they couldn't fuck around with their sleep. So they were like, when I need to shut it down, I need to make sure I can shut it down. So they took NyQuil to go to sleep because they had sports going on and they were leaders of all these different fucking groups and they had classes and they would work and they had so many things going on. So they were like, when I got to shut it down, I got to shut it down. NyQuil. Now they're out of college. They can't go to sleep. It takes them like 3 to 4 hours to go to sleep every night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 3 to 4 hours to go to sleep every night. Oh my.
Some nights because of my anxiety, I can't. Like when I told you that I was in the hospital for those couple of days, I think for the first 3 days, I couldn't. I literally had to tell the doctor, I was like, I haven't been sleeping. And and then they prescribed me like these meds. And it worked for that first night that they gave it to me. But then, like, I don't know. I swear I have, like, an addict's body because I just, like, adapt.
Yeah.
So it's like I needed a higher dose the next time.
Damn.
And so on and so forth. So now I have to, like, pop 3 of them bitches.
Yeah.
And now I'm just...
I knew I was an addict when just every shift in consciousness intrigued me. Like I'd get a little sick or I'd get a fever and I'd be like, oh, this shit.
Stop it.
Be like, oh, this shit. Like, damn, like you start having a fever dream going like in and out of consciousness and be like, this shit kind of trippy. Like, what's going on? I don't know if this shit real or not. Like, what's
me when I got my wisdom teeth out?
See, like it's just crazy. I think when I got my teeth pulled, what is it? They give you like Tylenol with codeine with.
It was hydrocodone.
Yeah.
Some people got oxy though. I was sad.
You're a fool.
No, because I would take them, and I swear I went through withdrawals because of how much pain I was in. Because once I stopped taking them, I was like, I couldn't go to sleep. And then I had to go to work with like my wisdom teeth still like fucked up. And this is when I worked at Chili's, and I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to pop one of them in. I'm like, I'm done for the night. I'm sorry.
So feeling loose.
Oh, I was sweeping like
stuck.
I would just just slow.
Wow. That's so
but
funny.
Hey, I'm like, my mouth didn't hurt anymore, so I was happy.
That's funny. Yeah, that stuff is serious, man. All those over the counter, like there's some over the counter stuff that like fucks people up.
In my high school days, everyone would go to CVS or like Giant and steal Unisoms. I don't know what they're called. It's like sleeping meds.
Oh, wow. Steal? Was it? Were they just like on the rack?
Yeah.
Oh,
you would just go in and grab them, take like 4.
Wow.
Bruh. This girl got so high, she started speaking French.
Shut up.
In the locker room.
Does anyone know if it was like actual French or like y'all just didn't speak French, so it sounded French?
It was just straight.
I wasn't a pill popper. I mean, aside from Adderall, so like I didn't, I don't know what all these like downers.
I thankfully didn't take any of those, like the makeshift drugs.
Yeah,
like no NyQuil and Sprite, none of that. I got the real stuff.
Yeah, you were experimenting nice and early. I was late to the party.
Not too early though. I definitely waited for out of high school because I don't trust nobody from high school to actually take care of me, and rightfully so. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah,
the amount of problems people would get into.
Trust issues.
One of my exes literally OD'd off of them. The little sleeping pills I was just telling you about.
Ooh. He was trying to take a deep nap.
Very deep. Next thing you know.
Were these people having this like issue sleeping, or it was just like the cool thing to do, just to
crackheads?
Yeah, yeah, that sort of mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to say he was like in the hospital. And then next thing you know, he was in Florida.
Oh, he just took a trip. He was just, y'all never saw him again.
No, he came back.
Oh, okay.
I was not with him when he came back.
Yo, ending up in a different state is wild.
Especially like after you woke up just like from ODing, you're about to like still go outside, get fucked up, and go to a different state.
Some people live quite a loosey-goosey life.
Yeah, I was also being a goose because I went back to him years later.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Like an idiot.
It brings wisdom.
It does.
You know?
Literally, I'm like, everyone has to go through some fucked up shit to learn.
Yeah, like people that are older and they seem like people tell me every now and again, they're just like, Earl, you seem like to be so well put together. You seem like seem to kind of have your shit together.
I'm like, how much shit did you go through to get there?
You think it's just been like this?
Literally, I'm tired.
You kidding me? Yeah, like I had to put shit behind me. I had to start making conscious efforts of like, okay. Because there would be times I was thinking, like, as I was doing wild shit, like I was conscious and be like, okay, Earl, how much longer are we gonna do this for? Like, you can't keep living like this. Like, this isn't like you can't just keep popping Adderall after Adderall, just staying up for days, smoking cigarettes, just doing weird shit like watching telenovelas and talking to your friends and running around and trying to chase girls and like, you can't just do this forever. You're not this is not a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Like, you're gonna have to put this shit down. So when is it? Because it's clearly not today because you just popped another one. So so when are we gonna?
That was me off of shrooms. That's why I don't like taking shrooms. Shrooms make me very doubtful, and they're just like, "Bitch, what the fuck are you doing with yourself?"
That's fascinating. That's fascinating.
I'm just
that's your
bitching
experience
at myself
with
the whole time when I'm on shrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I prefer
Wow,
tabs.
that's so wild. You just have negative self-speak when taking magic mushrooms, the happiest compound of them all.
I be girl.
Wow.
Like, you know what you need to do? You need to go to California. You need to go blackmail some people. You need to
Yeah, you told me about that. You tried to come up with a scheme to blackmail people. Now, this has clearly been a scheme that you've seen played out before on social media or something.
Keep in mind, I was watching Dynasty when I was off of this trip.
This isn't like Duck Dynasty.
This is a show. Yeah. It's what are they? I want to say like business moguls / CEOs, and it's just like about their life, and they're just rich as fuck. And I'm just saying like all the ways that like people have tried to like extort them, people have tried to blackmail them, and like et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, I could be one of them.
I will say that for women, it's much easier. I'll say, because
if you're willing to do anything and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you forego your moral compass, getting at certain things can be very easy.
100%.
So if that's the route you want to take, then you can definitely do that shit for sure. For sure. It would be interesting to like figure out how you get to that place, because like you said, going to the club, like you have to be really drunk.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
It's
So like there's
why?
certain
I'm like, why do I think I'm this confident? I'm like, I don't even like talking to people sober. Like,
yeah, so there's certain things that you would have to do. See, and that's where like certain lifestyles get a little sad because you don't know like what certain people are doing to put themselves in the mental space to do what they do. You know? Yeah, because I don't know what I would have to do to just say,
like,
I'm gonna go and extort people. Yeah, just lying constantly. You have to be a good ass con artist.
I don't think you'd have any friends because you can't have that like liability that someone could accidentally find you on the street and be like, "Hey, Tiffany," when the guy thinks your name's Chloe and you're like,
right. Yeah, let me turn this back off. And 1 second, because I'm about to get back into this. Bathroom break. Bathroom break. Come tell me more about extorting people.
I don't know too much about it. It was just, like I said, it was true, man.
Yeah, I just think that for women it's far easier. Like you can like men we would do a lot. We would do a lot.
It's a pride and ego thing, which is why I feel like men are more easily manipulated.
Sorry. Yeah, it's just easier to play into the ego.
You know, I feel like no, never mind. I don't feel like anything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we've established that. No, that's why I feel like even as a joke, like around the workspace, like women will say things just like, "Oh, I need a big, strong man to come, like, you know, carry this garbage bag for me," or some shit like that. When you
it's the tea. It's never the garbage bag. It is always the tea, and it is always the linen thing.
But regardless of the thing, it's always like, "Oh, I need a strong man."
I need big boy power.
Yeah, like no, you can definitely do it. But even in that joke, that's where lies like the whole lesson is that for some guys they'll be like, "Oh, I can do it." Mm-hmm. Like they really feel that way. It's like as opposed.
I'm like, I need a big strong man to help me, please. But I'm like, I know the people that will do it just like for strictly just loving me. I'm like,
yeah. I guess that's why strip clubs work. Like in the scheme of things, those are ultimately.
That is exactly why strip clubs are
like you just like you want to believe like she likes me.
Yes, they want that. They like the feeling of being desired.
Yeah,
and it's funny because the females desire the money in your pocket, not you.
I've always thought. Well, I mean, I don't know about always thought, but I did some research into the Claudettes, which were these escorts, I guess you could say, out of France. And they were like top notch, like beautiful. They were taught the art of seduction through and through. So they were like, they were next level. And I just think that that's amazing. You know, just to know exactly like how to speak, how to play to certain people and all that sort of stuff. I think that that's so cool. I think it's so cool. Just being just slick and sexy and, you know what I mean? It's
giving like Natasha Romanoff, how she just can like switch into that personality.
Oh, I need to know that person.
You don't know that person? Black Widow? Marvel?
Oh, that's her name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. How she can just like instantly switch into like a tone of voice where she'll be nice, friendly, like come down, bad boy, like some weird shit. Like it's just, there's an art to it and I need to learn it.
Yeah.
Because I am not smooth at all.
I don't think that most women are, by the way. And not to say that I think most men are, but...
Some are, though.
But I am. Yeah, but it takes... Because women, they're not usually... They're historically speaking, they're not the seekers. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not the hunters. So they sit and they give subtle cues that, like, the bag is to be secured here. Like, you can...
My friend just said the wildest shit the other day. She was like... I demand to be in a beautiful decorated house and I demand to be the decoration as well. I just want to sit in the pretty house while my man takes care of everything. I was looking at her like, child.
Someone will do that.
I was like, you're not supposed to say it though. I was like...
And I am the beautiful decoration.
She's
too.
like, I am the beautiful wife that sits in the home and takes care of the home while you take care of me. I'm like,
yeah, some people want that.
Right. And I understand there's some people that want it. I feel like that's something that comes along down the road. A lot of people would probably run.
Starting there is hilarious.
Starting right there is...
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
She's bold.
But some people, it's fascinating because a relationship is nothing but what however many people in that relationship want it to be.
Exactly. So, I'm like, it's literally a compromise.
Yeah. So if like someone wants to come and they're like, oh, that's what you want? That's great, because that's exactly what I was looking for. So like, you're pretty, so I'm going to now marry you, and I'm going to put you in this house, and I want you to do these things.
Like, babes, if that's what you want, I think you should get a sugar daddy. Like, he would love you.
Yeah,
like I think literally that's exactly what she's looking for. And I think she could do it.
I think Sugar Daddy University is like a website or something that people can go to.
SugarDaddy.com.
SugarDaddy.com.
Seeking arrangements.
Yeah, there's all sorts of
Feet
stuff.
Finder.
Feet Finder. Yeah, there's so many different outlets.
Even Tinder.
Just regular old Tinder.
On me.
Yeah.
I got banned from Tinder, but I'm not sure why.
Man, I keep hearing this story of people being banned from these dating apps. There's another person from work that was also banned from some dating apps.
Why do I have a feeling I know who that is?
Probably do.
Hear me out. I got banned because I kept rejecting everybody. I have a feeling that was not that person's problem.
Oh, because I guess anyone can... No, it wasn't that person's problem. Anyone can report you, I suppose.
Yeah.
But aren't they supposed to do some sort of investigation? Like, you can't just ban everybody from your platform that you need them to make money off of and continue to push. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. So I don't really care, because it's not like I actually gained anything from Tinder. It would literally be because I'm bored and I just want to look at men.
It's just like me having a restaurant and like you looking at someone else down in the restaurant and being like, I don't like that person, ban them. And me being like, walking up to the person, hey, you got to leave. That person down there at the bar said that they don't like you. You got to go. Like, without doing it, like, but we don't know why you don't like them, what this person did, or if they did anything at all. Mm-hmm. Now, this other person said that they had like a real issue with their ex, and it ended up in court and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. This person said the person was, you know what I mean, had some allegations towards them.
Man.
I don't know.
This ex has caused that man some struggle.
That's just it's so unfortunate that people can go from liking to loving
to straight just demon shit. Like, I hate you. But that it comes to like that point. I heard someone say that love is not the opposite of hate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is the opposite of, but I'm like, they're closely related because it's almost the same amount of passion.
Probably just apathy, just not caring at all. It would probably be the opposite of love. Well, the thing is that
because you're so angry because of how much do you love them?
Yeah, how much you invested, how much emotional stock you invest in them, in your relationship with them, and then whatever it is that they did to your ego or whatever. I guess at the end of the day, because you're also still not seeing them in a full light. Like so you love someone for a long time. You guys have a bunch of beautiful moments, and then they do something you don't like, and now they do something you don't like, and then now they're none of those things anymore for some reason. Somehow, like, now the hate that you have for them clouds everything that once was, and those things no longer exist. They're just this one moment now, and that's not a real way of looking at it. I mean, it's real, but it's not.
I understand
it's not holistic.
It's almost a switch that goes off that kind of just like, I think I'm done. That moment, you kind of just emotionally check out. And you kind of just start seeing the true light of things. You know, like that whole thing, love is blind. I 100% believe in that because, like, when you're in love with someone, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to believe that they're going to become a good person if they're not already a good person. But, you know, there's the thing that people always grow. They can become a worse person. They can become a better person that might not even love you anymore.
They can have moments where they do something wrong. They can fall from the path. They can stray from the path. Right? Like, that's just a real thing where it's like, but that doesn't necessarily have to diminish everything that ever happened.
Right. Like, that doesn't mean you destroy the road you took so time to build already.
That's why I think it's really like the conversations we have about men and women in this country just seem, I mean, so bad. Like, people just like, oh, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. Like, that's all I hear. All I hear is that, and I'm like, damn, that's so crazy that you feel that way about all these people. But it's like
I hate generalizing.
It's so interesting
when people do that.
It's so interesting that you feel that way. You know, like Vaughn Marie hears it all the time. Like, she's always, I mean, amongst women and women, just, and they know that she dates someone, but and they be dating people or be married and be like, man, ain't fucking shit. Like, man, fuck these niggas. Like, whatever it is is coming up, and it's like, damn, that's wild. That, like, that's your general perspective. Like, that's rough because that's a lot of people out here.
Oh my God. One of the kitchen guys got mad at me because I said that to them. He got really angry. I want to say he's such a child that he won't even be mad and like express his anger. He will just ignore me for almost the rest of his life until he's like out of it.
Yeah.
So, and it was just funny because it was literally like me getting Aussies and the shit's heavy. Like, I literally see me struggling. Misam is also there helping me. Like, you can see we're about to drop everything. First of all, we have Gianni just like with this little shot glass of water.
Gianni's good for one of those, yeah.
And the kitchen guy is also right in front of the rack, just right? Just, oh, so y'all need to take 5 minutes to drink some water while you're watching us do it? Okay. Next thing you know, Pepe starts it. He instigates it. He's like, look at them, not doing shit. Just watching y'all. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, men ain't shit. I was like, they're never doing anything. Yeah. They're just like staring at us.
Oh, and that triggered
him and his fragile self. But I'm like, Johnny's always like that.
Yeah, some other people, you know, they get triggered.
Right. I'm like, even if it's a playful men ain't shit.
Yeah.
They take it to heart. And I'm like, it's not. In this moment, you were. So you can't be mad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
But it's also just specifically them two.
Yeah, it's tough.
Those two.
Yeah, but, you know, I talked to you about this the other day, the idea of grace. And that is just very difficult. I mean, grace is literally walking a tightrope. Like, and you only know people that walk a tightrope because they work in the circus. There's like 8 motherfuckers in this world that walk tightropes. There's like a few amount of people, and 8's clearly an exaggeration, but there are a very small amount of people that sing in the opera in this beautiful, like, a few orchestras that achieve harmony. A few people that figure skate at the top tier. Like, people that achieve grace in the things that they do, they're amazing. They're beautiful. So, like, just expecting the average motherfucker to achieve grace when it comes to trying to have a conversation with someone else, express that they feel angry at something that you did, or they don't agree with the way that you treated them, or they don't agree with this other person's lifestyle, so then they go off and they start talking shit behind this person's back as before, you know, right after they just got done acting like they were their friend, right? Whatever the case is, like, people cannot just pull grace out at any moment and just be graceful in the way that they navigate.
I want to say, in that situation, just like at work, how would someone be graceful? Like, how would someone like pull that off?
In which, are you talking about the Aussie roll situation, or are you talking about the talking shit behind? Which one are you?
First of all, the Aussie roll situation.
That wasn't graceful at y'all. Matter of fact, just the way that y'all was trying to flip the fact that it was 2 of y'all and y'all couldn't flip a basket.
Let me be. One was holding the thing to catch the Aussies. Yeah. The other one was, you know, Misam was flipping and I was holding. I almost dropped the whole
I feel like y'all should have swapped positions. I feel like you would have been a better
arm strength. I don't have it. It's non-existent, which is why I was struggling so bad in the first place.
It's a basket of bread, of small little donut holes.
It's a metal basket.
It's a metal basket
that has a handle this thin, and I'm supposed to just turn it like that. Like, how am I supposed to grab
First and
it?
foremost, why did y'all even take it upon yourselves to go back here and think y'all were gonna be the ones?
No one does it. Literally, y'all will stay there yelling, Aussies, where are the Aussies? No one's gonna go fucking grab them though while they're literally burning in the fryer. No one's gonna be like, oh, they're already made. No. I kid you not, if I go back there to get Aussies, I'm either the one putting them in there, I'm grabbing them to take it out of the like freezer, like I'm actually doing it. I'm not just Aussies, por favor. Literally, I'm like, the amount of people I've seen go back there and just scream at literally no one.
Oh, that's a fact, right?
I'm like, there's no one to hear you.
They just scream that shit into a void. Like there's just no.
Literally, I'm like,
and then they walk away and they feel good about it, or they at least have tricked other people into thinking that they have rightfully called for them,
right?
Which I think is more so what it is.
And it,
yeah.
No, because then they'll come back. I called for him. I guess they just didn't hear me. Who's they?
And see, and this is why we appreciate your work there, Emily. Because you go back there and you making them and flipping them, even if you're not
even
really.
I'm not good at flipping them, but yeah, I'll lose one. We lost one.
Yeah, we lost a couple. One from you. Okay, the grace in
yes, just like an example of how to be graceful. I say.
Well, I think that often your opinion is unnecessary. Not yours. I'm just saying, in opinion, is unnecessary. And to exercise curiosity is a very graceful way of just like inquiring about what someone's talking about or how they feel about what's going on. Like that's usually graceful because that neither diminishes or bolsters. Like,
that's dumb. Just be like, why?
You don't have to say.
Think that.
Well, it also helps if you're truthfully coming from a place. See, because that's
like,
the issue.
As soon as I said that, I think I'm gracefully disrespectful.
See, I was about to say because I'd really be interested in like where someone's coming from or like how they got to that place or if they've thought of a different perspective that maybe I may be able to present to them. But by no means do I think that I have to either agree or disagree with everything everyone says. Like, what's the, like, you know what I mean? I don't even feel like the need to do that. To be like, well, you know what I think? Like, it's unnecessary. They'd be like, well, what do you think about it?
I literally do this with Kavian on a day-to-day basis.
Or just tell him what you think about it.
It's more like I'll wait for him to be like, what the fuck are you thinking? And then I'll wait for him to tell me and I'll be like, okay, but I'm thinking this. And then we just like go back and forth and we're just grr.
How does that go?
Grr.
Does anyone get anywhere to like no?
It usually ends up with stop. Like I'm just like, we're stopping this. I'm like, we're skipping. We're done talking.
We got to
do
an agree to disagree, walk away before this blows up type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like everyone's just getting more lost in the conversation. I'm like, we're
for sure.
Before I get tight, I'm like,
before I get tight, it's just like the other day when you were like, they got 20 minutes before I start going off in here.
I swear, like you think if I start going off, it's never for nothing. Okay, I am not anything but fair.
Okay.
I try to be fair.
What's this tattoo about?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
My happy place.
Oh, like okay. So you got like some twilight moon over the ocean horizon type of deal. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, yeah. That's your happy place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have just keep swimming here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you die and there was like some afterlife, you just like to be on a beach overlooking something like that, or? I
think if I were about to die, I'd want to be on the beach. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a place where you'd like to. Do you have like funeral arrangement plans like in your mind? Like people be thinking about this sort of stuff. And my friend just had like a father that died. I think he died. He was supposed to. I have to talk to him again.
What do you mean?
The nurses said that he was going to be passing, and last I had talked to my friend, he was like over there.
So you haven't gotten like the
confirmation,
update.
but he was looking at a bunch of like funeral home arrangements and stuff like that. He was like, "Yo, nigga, this shit is expensive."
No, yeah,
and I was like, "This is an interesting like
it's wild
industry to me is funeral homes." Like, in the amount of money, he was like, do you know how much it costs to release the doves, my nigga? $500 to release the doves. I had so many questions. I'm like, who's catching the doves? How many doves does a place have to catch or breed in order to host this?
I don't know why, but I know the answer to this question. It's a specific, I want to say almost trainer. Like, it's a specific person that has these doves. They are trained when they are released. They go back to the house that they are supposed to.
Okay, see, that's what the fuck I was asking.
I'm like, no one catches them. They just fly back to where they're supposed to go.
See, because he told me that he heard from his sister that the doves be going out, and because they're not domesticated, they'll fuck around and get caught by a hawk or an eagle, or they just die. They just go out and end up dying soon afterwards.
I want to say because they are domesticated, they lack the the self-awareness to survive in the wild. So yes, I think that would happen.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of someone releasing the doves and it just flew into the bus?
No. Oh God. Oh.
I don't know why they chose to do it next to like a highway, but 1 + 1 = 2.
Damn, that's a terrible omen. Like, that's so bad. Like, to release the doves and this shit and you just see that shit die immediately. That's terrible. What I like to say is, I hope don't nobody spend a dime on me. Nobody needs to spend any money on me.
You're giving, you want everyone to be at a wake, like have fun, remember me, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Like,
I don't know if you want to be spread.
Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all. I'm not here. Do what y'all want. Do what y'all want. If y'all want to plant me underneath a tree, that's probably the best thing to do. You know what I mean? Try to get whatever nutrients or whatever, put me back in the earth, I guess. Give it back to the earth as best you can. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be as tall as you. Ooh. I'm gonna look at that tree and be like, Earl. I'm like,
if it grew to just be just as tall as I was, just 6'4" tree.
Like, miss you, Earl.
Oh my gosh.
Pick out your leaves.
That's funny. Yeah, but I just don't want anyone spending any.
Okay, I agree.
Don't spend $500 to release the doves. Don't spend $20,000 to put me in a box.
That's gonna go in the ground.
No one's ever gonna see it.
I think I would make my own box.
I also, at the same time, I make my own box. I also understand like the beauty of people like in ancient Egypt putting together these fucking sarcophaguses.
Yes, I understand that, but it's always been for like special people.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everybody. So I guess but I guess the point is that everyone's special if the people close to you feel like you were special. Like that bitch, she's special to me. Fuck the Queen of England. Emily was my queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they view you. So they would spend that money to put you in there. That's just kind of wild to me.
I'm like, put me in a cute little box. I've heard it's still expensive to get cremated. No?
Yeah, somebody just literally just dig up a hole and put the body back. No, but I guess you got to do certain things so that, because like once the decay starts, it's gonna start.
They take out all your intestines. Yeah. They do a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the point of open caskets.
What you mean?
That shit is traumatizing. Why would you want that?
Everyone feels different about all these things.
But why would you want to see them like that? I'm sorry, but I would rather see them with their eyes open, with life, not pale lips, eyes glued together. Like,
yeah, it's just not for you then.
Like, I don't understand. Why would you want to see them like that? Like, have that be your last memory of this person that you loved so much?
And man, people feel a lot. The feelings around like life and death are very interesting. People feel a lot of different ways about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how do you feel about like one of my favorite movies is a movie called Blackbird. It's about a movie. It's about a woman that is dying of a terminal. Why did I make that so goddamn hard? Terminable. Yeah, right. Disease. And she brings her whole family back to this beautiful house that they've all kind of grown up in. It's been a part of the house, family for a long time. And she's letting them all know, like daughters and nephews and, you know, in-laws and all this sort of stuff, that her and her husband are going to be euthanizing herself because she doesn't want to go through this degenerative part of her life where she's going to lose the functionality in her hands and all this. She's just like, I just want to go. Like, I want to have this last weekend here with all of my loved ones, and then
oh
we're gonna go.
I think I know what I want.
What
I would want that, and then I'd want to go into like a Valhalla type of funeral.
What the fuck is that?
It's like you get like shipped off on like a boat.
Oh, like a raft that's like burning?
Yes. And they like shoot the burning raft.
They shoot the arrow.
Yeah. It goes down the river and you just bye.
Oh, yeah. You want that sort of send off.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
It depends on who you got in your life. Some people don't like fire involved in that.
I don't give a fuck. This is for me.
Yeah. Well, that's what, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what's interesting about movies like that and about different feelings about death and passing on is some people are like, you don't get to choose that. Like that's, you know what I mean?
That is a lie. That is why there's a will made. That's why you have money specifically put aside. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to be like, y'all just have to be there and show up.
So if there was someone close to you that that needed to go, they felt like they wanted to go, you would respect their wishes and be like,
yeah,
all right, I'm
whatever
with you.
You want.
Yeah.
And if they don't tell me anything they want, I would get, if I know them enough, I would do what I think would make them happy.
Yeah. It's funny, man.
And if I don't know what they would want, then I don't think I'm the person to choose that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you don't feel in tune enough to know, like to have any idea what they would be okay with, and it's like, yeah, I'm probably not the one.
I'm the two.
Yeah, I get that. I was asked to be someone's officiant. Yeah.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
And I just felt, humbled for sure by the offer, but also felt like I did not at all deserve that space. And I was like, I don't deserve this space. Like there's
like you're unaware of why you would even do it.
Like there's definitely people that would be far
more
qualified and for various reasons.
That would be more in tune.
Like I'm definitely like on the outskirts of your life.
Necessarily.
Well, you're talking about matrimony and holy matrimony. But I also wouldn't. But that doesn't matter to me because this isn't about me. It's about someone else. So,
I guess, but I personally wouldn't want to officiate something if I'm not practicing it myself.
Oh nah. I don't. I wouldn't care about that. Like if I don't get married, but someone that it does make more sense for me to officiate their wedding, like then I would be like, yeah, sure. Like. I don't have to get married to come and do this jam for y'all.
Will you be my officiant?
Yeah. But I feel like there would definitely be people that would be like, there would be people there at your wedding like, who the fuck is this guy? The podcast guy? Like,
I'd be like, we're in Earl's world. Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't want to offend people. Like,
see, it's that. I'm like, you wouldn't want to offend. I don't give a fuck if they're offended. They can be offended all they want. Okay, leave. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you want me to like? I'm so sorry. I did something without thinking about your feelings.
Yeah. People feel like, why? Like, this is such like, who is it? I've never even seen this guy.
I'm like, are you paying for
I've known her for 17 years. Who is this guy? What are we talking about?
Time is just a number. Vibes are forever. The squeal is crazy.
Vibes are forever. Yeah, there's something about those things, man.
Yes. I'm like, I feel like when you're going off of strictly vibes are forever. It's a feeling.
Yeah. People let things cloud that, though. I told you someone recently decided they were going to cut our vibes off. Well, I guess they felt like I shouldn't be flippant about this, but
that's not what happened. I'm like, there were just no vibes.
The vibes just weren't.
Yeah, I'm like, the vibes were gone. They had left. Yeah. They were just probably non-existent. It was probably a circumstantial thing, like friends of friends. Oh,
or just right timing.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, that do be the case, because a lot of times when you're friends with someone, it's like proximity or something, like you said, circumstantial, a place you are in your life.
Like you met them through work, you met them through a friend that your friend was having during that time. Ooh.
Everybody beats these microphones up. You're not the first, you won't be the last.
They're really nice.
They're all right.
Like,
you can.
No.
Yeah, and then there are people that, you meet and they just carry on. Like there's always been at least like one from like every job or so that I've had where you do kind of carry on. You're like, the vibes maybe are forever. Interesting. And it wasn't just some circumstantial thing like you were just friends with them because you were in close proximity because you had to see them every day at work. Or
right, it's like I genuinely like this person and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Yeah. It's the existence. It's, like I said, enjoying and appreciating, like just saying you existing in the space. Like you're talking about like, what am I doing? I'm not worried about what you're doing. I'm worried about the fact that you exist, that the spirit is there. It's not about what you do for me. That's some other shit. That's some other shit.
That's where I benefit from.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing. That's not what I'm talking about. Like it's like appreciating a piece of art, like the you know what I'm saying? Right,
like you just yeah, okay.
Like
I think I liked that better.
Yeah, like you just be there and be like, damn, that's what's up.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It really is, because I was talking to someone about this the other day. I was talking to Valerie about this, about J. Cole. I've talked about this quite a bit because I like J. Cole a lot.
I love J. Cole.
But a lot of people say that J. Cole has vanilla bars, that he just be like real vanilla. I have a couple things to say about that.
What? First, I would like you to elaborate on what does vanilla mean to you.
Oh, to me?
Yeah. Like in the sense that you're using it right now.
That his punchlines and his words, they're not like otherworldly. They're not like, whoa, damn, like, did you get that? Like you had to decipher something really, really intricate to understand what he's saying. A lot of people like people where like you kind of got to hang on their words and be like, what did he mean by that?
Where you have
and be
to
like, oh shit, like, oh, that's probably what he meant. But oh, damn, oh, the wordplay was crazy. The fact that he did that, like, I didn't even get that the first time around. J. Cole's very easy to understand, and I think that is his greatness. And so, because people are looking for this other thing, they're overlooking the greatness that he's speaking to you in a way that's very easy to understand. And the fact that when he raps in complete sentences. Like he's literally, it sounds like he's just talking to you, but for some reason it all rhymes, which is crazy difficult to achieve. That's not an easy thing to do because no one else does it.
Right. I'm like, he actually has grammar.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
He uses real words.
And on top of that, the most important thing is, if you don't have a certain perspective, you can't speak from that perspective. The fact that he can even speak from the perspective, it's not even necessarily
different perspectives.
Yeah, it's not even just the fact that he's putting together a bunch of cool words and cadences and melodies and all that. It's just a lot of it is just the fact that he's him. A lot of it is literally just because of his character as a human and like the perspectives that he has in order to rap about. Like that's a lot of the greatness in and of itself. So that's what I'll be talking about, is just a lot of it is just the existence. It's really cool to get good at stuff and hone your craft and all that.
So you're almost like, of art and artist, you really like the artist because of his art? Almost?
Yeah, like the art is like if you can be like, for instance, like I hate that I'm about to do this, but I'm going to use myself as an example. I really don't like that. I might have to change this.
Do it. I'm like, finish your sentence.
Like I'm like, I've been forced to do this because other people will like make me try to take some credit for some things that I do. So when it comes to this podcast, right, I've taken a lot of time thinking and possibly overthinking a lot of interpersonal communications, taking classes at college and read an amount of books I can't put a number on, and just thought about it, been in the field and just thinking about body language, tone, word usage, and
how to effectively communicate with people.
Just constantly, right? For many, many years, just thought of that. And that could very well be many people, right? Like many people could do that. But that doesn't necessarily give you a certain perspective or a certain personality that jives well with other people. So
that just gives you the ability to read the situation a little better now. Right.
And so I've had people, say to me, well, yeah, all those things are true that you have done those things. And also, there's also just a you factor, just you existing in the space alongside of those skills that you've decided to hone through time have now birthed this thing that it is that you're doing. But that you factor is a huge factor, and you can't take that away. It's literally just your perspective is your perspective, and you found a way to accentuate that and to exhibit that in a way that is clear to understand and like easy to work with for other people. It's like easy to be around. And I think that's just the same thing for J. Cole and a lot of other people. It's really cool to get good at doing something, but it's often just the fact that it's just you. And I was telling this to Mark. I said, people are very unique in that they are the only them that has ever existed or ever will exist. And he was just like, yeah, but just because something is singular doesn't mean it's valuable. Like,
Jesus Christ. He really just.
I was like, damn. I was like, that was interesting. I never heard that one before.
But true. He's not wrong. Just because you are. It kind of goes back to like being a shitty person. Like, if you don't make the work to become a better person, you're going to stay invaluable and you're going to stay shitty.
Yeah, and so for me, I guess what makes this platform fun for me is that for whatever reason, I've been able to unlock this just insatiable, just inquenchable, right?
Unquenchable thirst.
Yeah, for perspective. So even if I feel like someone is very surface, that's very interesting to me because I understand how profoundly dynamic a human can be, like just how deep
you're just very curious
the soul goes. So for someone to just be just at the very surface, I'm like, wow, what is
going on?
Yeah, what's that about? just the fact that you're like only experiencing or only seem to be experiencing the surface of this thing that is the human experience. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, do you ever feel anything profound? Are you experiencing anything deep ever? Do you ever feel like there's anything deep going on with your life? Or is it just like, oh, just moving through? Because even if that's the case, that's fascinating me because I don't know what that life is like. So I'd love to know what it's like to just move through life without very deep feelings and thoughts about what's going on. Like, I want to know more about like, what's that life like?
Shit, I don't know what that life is like.
Know?
I would like to know what that life is like.
Just moving around, like like just kind of oblivious.
You need to have my friend on your podcast.
Okay.
She's like that.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah,
Like, she's definitely been through some things, but I want to say she has not lived a dark life. So she's very naive to what the world holds. Yeah. And she was very sheltered as a kid, too.
Yeah.
So she hasn't really experienced much. So right now she's experiencing. And...
yeah, I think like what I unlocked is this. Did you ever read the book or watch the movie The Giver?
No.
Okay.
I heard of it though.
Well, it's this kind of dystopian world, but there's this old man that pretty much holds all the memories to what life used to be like, which would be like the life that you and I know now. Is
this that movie that came out that it was like black and white, and then it went to like color?
Indeed. Yes. Yes. Which is much cooler in the book because you wouldn't know that things are black and white because you're just reading a book.
Right.
So then like the moment where color is introduced, your mind fucking explodes because you're like, this whole world has been in black and white this whole time. It's like midway through the book and your fucking mind explodes. You're like, oh, they've been experiencing things monochromatically this whole time. And then now the color red has been introduced to this boy. Like, that's fucking awesome. Because then your mind explodes and it's like, oh shit, that's crazy. But yeah, like this guy has all the memories of like what life used to be like before they now live in this super organized dystopian world where they don't know nothing of what life used to be for everyone, when everyone used to just live freely and roam the way that we do now, as opposed to get up, take your pill, put on the same outfit everyone else does, go to this place, do that. Like everyone lives the same exact life. Because
so it's almost like that SpongeBob episode where it's like they're normal.
Yeah, it flattens the hierarchy. Like no one is above anyone else. Like everyone's the same. No one dresses any different. Because if you dress different, then you already create class systems. If you eat different, you create class systems. If you look if you do anything different, you create class systems. So in order to make everyone the same, they made everyone's doing the exact same thing. So you have like peace, but it's like a forced peace. So that's why it's dystopian in that way. And you just have this one guy that holds all the memories to what the old world used to be like.
So what's this one guy doing? Is he like the ruler? Are they trying to like find him?
No, he's kind of like what a librarian would be like. Like he's just a guy that has all this information.
So he's just like the wise old man.
Yeah, and he passes this on. Like as he's gonna die, he has to search out the new giver. So you know what I mean. So then he passes that. He starts giving memories to this young boy, so he can slowly grow to be this person, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So I just say that to say, I have this thirst for like traveling into people's minds. In extracting.
Are you saying you want to travel into my mind?
These thoughts. It's been happening this whole time. It's been happening this entire time. Like just being around you, like just that's what it does. Is if you're just around people long enough and allow them to express and be themselves, it's not even necessarily the words that you say, because so much is said without words. You have tattoos, you have clothes on, you have facial expressions, just ways in which you express certain things. It's not necessarily the words, because the words are limiting. Like our language is so limiting. That's another thing the Tao book talks on, is like the Chinese sort of ideograms, the way that they draw things. The
characters
like
are so extensive.
It's so extensive and it means so much more. So like a sentence can mean like 5 different things. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our language is very, very limited. So it's not always just like the words you're saying, but if you really learn to like lock in on people and like listen and observe, you learn so much more about them. Beating the shit out.
Literally, I'm just hitting this thing. What was I gonna say? I feel like I try to do that, but I'm very me as a person, I like to pick and choose my words carefully so that way they can understand what I mean off a bat. But I've like run into people that don't do the same thing, so I feel like that's where I lack in my communication, because of the fact that like there's people that say things and don't necessarily mean it, whereas I'm a person that if I don't mean it, I'm not gonna say it. So it's like if I'm roasting the shit out of you,
yeah,
I'm not lying.
Yeah. No, a lot of people just talk to. They're just like saying
I'm like, just
words
to say shit,
to fill the space, to fill the void, so it's not silent.
I don't like doing that. I like specifically putting my words in. Like, there's a way that I form my sentence that I want you to hear, and if you miss like certain things, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You know, you put your best foot forward and say something, try to express, and then you probably get a very quick reading on if that person understood what the fuck it is you were just saying or not, and then you move from that space. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can try to like fight and be like, no, I don't think you get it. Like, this is what I mean, or right.
Or
it's like I can kind of tell you didn't get it. I'm like, okay, I'm just move on. I'm not gonna try to make you understand.
Yeah. I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's up to you. It all depends on the gravity of what it is you're trying to get across, and if it's really necessary that they know what you're talking about, or if it's not, then it's not.
I feel like that's me at work a lot.
Work is not a good breeding ground for conversation.
It's not. You literally just talk about anything and everything, even if it makes no sense.
They're just making sounds with their mouth.
Oh, for sure. I go up to you, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, people are just making sounds. That's why it's like doing this. This is a very different space.
It is. It's nice and quiet. It's it's intimate almost.
Yeah. That scares people. That word.
Yeah. But I feel like it's just because it's, what is it? It's associated with the wrong things almost. Because when I think of the word intimate, I immediately think like it's related to like sex.
I mean, sex is definitely intimate.
Well, it is, which is why I'm like, but that's not the only kind of intimacy there is.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty, like, I feel like I'm a pretty intimate person. Like, I just.
You are.
Yeah, like, I just like that.
I think it's just because of the fact that you're genuine too. Like, you genuinely want to know what people are thinking. Good for you, Earl.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's funny. Good for you, Earl. Well, then.
It's a good thing. I'm like, you're a good person. You're a good guy. I can't imagine you having haters. And if you do, send them my way.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, like, I guess I wouldn't know, I don't know, what other people have. I don't think of it too often. Again, I just try to pop up and do every moment as best as possible. So if there's a moment that comes up where there's like some hate involved, I guess, then I'm there for it. Like this person that no longer wanted to be in the friend space, right? I suppose it was communicated to me that they seemed like they were forcing the relationship, and like maybe I wasn't caring about them or giving them. I don't quite still to this moment understand exactly how they were feeling, because this was like text message and there was like no phone call, no facial recognition.
So it was just almost you were completely unaware that this happened. It was like a one and done conversation.
Yeah, this person expressed it,
Interesting.
And I was like, all right. I mean, okay. Like if that's how you feel, then I suppose that's that's the way that it can go.
Take that from you?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to take that from you. If there's ever a time where there's a conversation had, I'm certain that a lot will be exposed and a lot will be cared for, because I'm going to give like the tender, loving care that every moment I feel like deserves. So whenever that happens, if ever it happens, I'll be there for the conversation. I'm certain things would be fleshed out very easily. Very easily. I'm very confident in that, because I don't have any ill feelings towards anyone for any reason. Like, I don't hold any grudges.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, okay, there's probably just a huge misunderstanding that's happening here.
You are
like,
definitely Jackie Chan.
You're definitely Chris Tucker.
Like,
yeah, for
there's
sure.
no question about it.
Yeah. You're definitely Chris Tucker. I get it. No, I get it.
You get it now?
It's so funny.
Especially
for some reason, I just assumed that I would have been the tall black guy.
Right.
Especially because people always used
How dare
people
you?
used to compare me to Chris Tucker.
What?
People compare me when you're a black dude in a lot of spaces where there are not a ton of black dudes. Yeah. Like I've been LeBron James. I've been Chris Tucker.
Stop. That's awful.
Oh yeah. All sorts
Imagine just being like Denzel.
People say LeBron James all the time.
Idris? You could be Idris's little brother.
Idris. I like Idris. Idris he seems like a really nice guy. I like his films and things. He's also a DJ.
He looks like a nice guy.
Oh, wow. Wow, you said that with your eyes closed, too.
I was just imagining.
I know what you were imagining.
The GIF you sent me this morning with him just.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Idris.
That was from a show called Luther, which was a BBC series that I liked a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love like English television is really cool. Like I love one that most of the people are not like these beautiful, gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous.
Skins.
They're just like regular ass people.
That is my favorite UK show.
That represents humans. Yeah, those like a bunch of teenagers running around kind of
causing a muck. Yeah. Yes.
That was your life.
That was literally my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Effie?
Yeah, I think our version of that is 90210. Like that's like the American, like that's the, no, that's not like our.
I've never seen a show that's has come close to it. Because I recommend.
Okay.
Just because the society in the UK is also very different. So, I don't know. The issues that they went through. It was just a wild show.
Yeah.
I loved it though.
Where we at? What time don't you need to be in?
It's 1:30.
Oh, wait, and you need to leave at?
2.
Okay, cool. So then we still got time then.
Yeah.
So tell me about South Park. Your love for South Park.
I don't have love for South Park. I have love for my friend that gave me the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a nice shirt.
You're one of those that just takes people's clothes.
100%. If you have a shirt and I need a shirt, can I reuse that shirt? I'll definitely give it back washed eventually. I can't promise when though. If you definitely come to my house and you're like, hey, where's my shirt? I'll be like, it's right here. Here.
I'm trying to get someone on the podcast. Well, I don't know about trying to. I'm not really trying to do much of anything.
But it's an idea.
It's an idea. Someone may come on that's been a part of various self-sustaining communities where, you're self-sustaining, meaning all the agriculture, everything they eat is harvested from within that community. The clothes that they wear are probably made and shared within that community. Like it's just
really they make their own clothes.
It's self-sustaining. Yeah, they just be making clothes. You know what I mean? Sharing stuff. Here's this shirt. You want a shirt? I got you. Here's these shoes. I'm not going out today. Here, you take these shoes.
That is my goal. That's my goal for later on. I want to have my cute little farm with my animals, my chickens for my eggs. I don't know about cows though. I don't even drink milk to need them. Yeah.
Butter? You make butter? You use butter? No.
Oil?
Avocado oil. Olive oil.
Like canola oil and veggie oil.
Make some wine? No, not wine.
I've never tried that, no.
You want a quiet life?
Quiet, yes. I want to have my good amount of land so I can smoke in my backyard without anyone bothering me.
Oh, you'll grow that.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock it till I try it. But I would like more veggies, if anything, just like the tomatoes, the cucumbers, pumpkins, zucchinis.
If you just had an undying amount, sort of like a Wiz Khalifa, would you just be in the clouds? Would you just...
No.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Snoop Dogg? No.
Yeah.
I feel like... No, because that's not why I do it. I don't do it just to get fucking zooted every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people that are just trying to be on another planet.
I've met those people. Yeah. They're just smoking like 7 J's a day, and I'm not one of them, thank God. Just do my quick little 2 hits, get on with my day. being in society is a little easier for me. It helps with my anger issues.
What I mean, do you actively, you talked about not feeling like you're on the path, as we call it. Is there what's on the forefront of your mind? Like are you trying to do anything right now for your, like what orients you? Are you like career oriented? Are you like more spiritually oriented? Are you like, what are you trying to do right now, if anything?
Right now, I'm currently trying to get back into school for business administration. But I just got into that because of the fact that I took my good, 3 years out of high school because of the fact that I was just almost sheltered in high school. So I wanted to be able to live life without having, I don't know, just kind of experience what life has to offer. Like, I want to figure out what's going on, like on the outside with no mom, dad telling me what's good or bad. Like, I want to figure out what's good and bad for myself. So I really did take just like my 3 years just to kind of figure out like what I love, like what are my passions? What do I find important in my life? Like, what do I constantly seek out on my own? And I think I'm, maybe more spiritual because I'm not religious. And I feel like people forcing religion on me is just been irking me the fuck out. Like, it's just pissing me off more. I'm like,
yeah,
it's beyond me. I don't know what to do about it. But
you find any connection at all to the religion being pushed on you? Like any, not necessarily
not a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I hold it as I've been through so much in my life that I don't know what I deserve to go through that. Because it's been a lot and a lot of it was not good. So I'm just kind of stuck at that mentality that it's like, if this is God's plan or he hears you when you really need it or just like shit like that, I'm like, I've never had that. I've never had that like savior mentality. Like no one has ever spoke to me. Like faith has not brought me anything into my life to want to follow it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I feel like the secular world is very anxiety driven for a lot of people because it was just a time when everybody went to church. Like everybody was about the church and everyone just had like guidelines that they could follow. Like, okay, this is good. This is bad. I shouldn't do this. I should do more of this. And then when that stopped, I feel like now people have to find a way to ground themselves. And without that just automatic answer of just, well, just open that book. It'll tell you right there.
Right.
Without that, it's very difficult for people to now find their own grounding.
I understand people that look to faith because they need to have something to believe in just to kind of get through the world. I'm not one of them. I think I can just I've just kind of like been through the mentality of life sucks, but it's only going to keep sucking if I choose to live in the parts that suck. Like, I need to make the most of what I have and what I can get, and, you know, make the most of any, like, what's the word? Opportunity. There we go. Make the most of any opportunity that comes your way. Because I've seen so many people that just get by with, like, just through luck. Like, I don't know if it's because of their faith or whatnot, but I'm like, they're going well. And when I had faith, nothing went my way. So I'm like, I don't think that's going to be the path I'm going on. Choom.
Yeah, it's life is definitely a lot of things.
It is. And I don't want to do I believe in science. Because in some cases I don't. It just doesn't add up sometimes.
Yeah. Well, science only takes you as far as we've been able to take it. You know, so there are going to be certain things that certain questions it's not going to be able to answer. Scientists would say, well, that's kind of the fun in it. Is it just because it hasn't given us the answer doesn't mean that you should just make up an answer. It just means that we don't have that answer yet. And sometimes you have to be okay with understanding that you don't know the answer to something. And that's very frightening for people.
That's what, yeah.
You just say, I don't know the answer. And I'm just going to have to be okay with that. Because
and there's some people that just need an answer and they're like, God has the answer. So that's my answer.
Yeah, that is some people's idea. That certainly is some people's idea. Yeah, it's tough, man. Life, I mean, because a lot of it is suffering. Like a lot of life is suffering. So there is something in trying to find the light in all the in-between parts. Because life life is not Instagram. It's not like just, we at Disneyland. Oh, now we in Peru. Oh, now we in Dubai. Oh, now we doing it. I'm skydiving. Oh shit, now I'm with a bad bitch. Now I'm in the Lambo. Like this is not like, it's like, that's not like, life is not a Drake video. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not it. So I know people.
It's a J. Cole video.
People be like looking for the high points in life and like be real upset or just like bored or depressed when it's not that.
Be able to enjoy, I guess, what you consider a low point. I'm like, I'm perfectly fine with being in my house, like alone, just in the silence. Because I was in a point where I didn't have this, where instead of the silence, it was just me and my thoughts, just constantly just like battling, just me going through shit. But I'm glad I can actually like enjoy alone time. Like I can actually like read a book and not fucking freak the fuck out just sitting there.
Yes. That's why I be asking the real basic ass questions. I be asking like, how do you go to sleep at night? You know, and you're just like, oh, you know, I like my rainforest sounds. And if I could have a candle with some very light vanilla, not strong vanilla, you know what I mean? Just very light vanilla. And, you know, and I have my Kira next to me. And you know what I mean? Like you have this balance of things and it's just like, it's simple as fuck. That's a simple ass thing, but that to you is the ideal way to go to sleep at night, which is beautiful. It's just, but it's very simple and it's something that you gonna do every night.
Right.
Is go to sleep.
Appreciate the simple things. I like the simple
You're gonna go to sleep every night. You're not going to Dubai every night.
No.
You're not getting a new Gucci watch every night. You're not getting a new bag every night with a zipper on it and a bunch of pockets.
I swear.
You're not.
This is my first time buying my own.
You're not, but you are going to sleep. So you need to figure out, okay, well, what's going to sleep look like? Like, how can I appreciate going to sleep? You are going to take a shit. Like, all right, what's it like going to the bathroom? Like, can I, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it takes the first like good 10 minutes.
just to get started, just to rev it up. Like, you know what I mean? So
just to even get up.
So do I need a book in there? Like, do I need one of the little potty squatties where your legs are up, where your legs are elevated? Squatty potties. Yeah, you know what I mean? When I say potty squatties? Yeah, squatty potties. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is.
You have one?
Yes, I do. So whatever it is for all those small, you know, moments, you know, like any little hobbies, any little things, man.
I like candles.
You like candles?
I'm a fan of candles.
We were talking about me tending to that goddamn fire out there. Like, just, I'll be in front of that fire, just looking at the flame, just like, I think I can get it to flame up a little bit more over here on this left side if I just rotate this log a little bit.
What is it called? Pyrokinetic? Or just...
Pyromaniac?
There. I think I'd say like superpowers, like fire superpowers, but it's fine.
Oh, that's what you would want? Fire? You want to just set stuff on fire? There's something about someone that really loves fire and like chooses that superpower. When people ask a superpower question like that should be that it tells a lot. It's funny. Just like, I want to burn it all.
I don't think I'd want it to be a superpower. I think that would be extremely destructive. Especially with
you could be like the fire.
I would be lava girl. Like, wake me up. Like, I'm burning this bridge. It wouldn't go well.
See, because interestingly enough, I was asked this by someone at work a couple weeks ago, and I said it's something like supernatural focus. But let me explain it though, because you don't even know.
Please explain.
Okay.
Supernatural focus.
Okay. So your whole reality is based upon the only thing that you have is your attention. Literally, the only thing that you are perceiving right now, you are perceiving because of the attention that you have to be able to perceive it. You listening to me right now is like you're paying attention to it, so you realize that it's happening. There are other things that are going on that you're not paying attention to. You have no fucking idea that it's happening or how it's happening or what it looks like happening. Nothing like that. So it's not even a part of your reality. So I just say that to say that your perception is your reality. That's
so you want to be a seer.
Explain to me that word. I've heard this word. I've seen this word. I've read this word.
Kind of like you see what everyone's doing.
Oh, sort of like an omniscient being of sorts. It's something like that. It's just
like being able to see what they're doing.
Like your ability to learn something is based upon the amount of attention that you could pay and therefore absorb the lessons from doing so. So like if I wanted to learn how to figure skate today, like I could just pay the most amount of attention to figure skating, I know what
you're talking about.
To anything.
There was this show on Netflix called Alpha. When it was like 2011, 2013. It was this small girl. She has what you're saying. It wasn't called that though. But it was like an instant ability to learn almost. She could learn anything off the spot. But it would just be like, I don't know if she necessarily like retain it forever. But if she just watched like an hour thing of how to like kung fu fight, she could go like wreck some shit real quick.
Just if you just wanted to just close your eyes and think of a world, you could have the focus to create and live inside of the world every time you closed your eyes. Like you could do anything, you could make any world you possibly could want, simply just with your mind. Like extreme supernatural focus would allow you to live any way in this world that you would want to, or any world you could create in your mind any way that you would want to. Like you could essentially just.
I feel like you made up your own power because it's giving like Scarlet Witch.
I think. Oh, okay. Man, you watch a lot of these things, huh? Gotcha.
Duh.
Okay. Yeah. Duh, for sure.
Like that. Yeah, it's giving Scarlet Witch because she can create her own reality. She created her basically like an alternate universe in the universe that she's already in. And she just accidentally took everyone in that town hostage. But, it's fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why she got in trouble. But that's almost similar to what you're saying, to where you'd want to be able to kind of just close your eyes and be like almost drawn to another reality.
Yeah, see,
like, would you also want to be able to like teleport?
Well, I feel like that is teleporting.
Which is my point. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to go there if I can. I can make like everything is in here. Like your attention and your mind is everything. I can create. I can create a place that's better than any place on the planet that exists. I can create another planet and go there. I can do anything. I can jump between universes and then open my eyes and then come hang out with you. I can do anything.
Scary.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's sort of like it's sort of the understanding I've gotten from meditation. Like that's why meditation seems so calming and so beautiful to me. It's just like I can close my eyes and just
physically just take yourself out of the environment you're in.
It's just calm, yeah. Or just hyper focus on the place that you are in.
I almost do that with my dreams. That's how I go to sleep. I just I hyper fixate on the rain to where I just kind of like start daydreaming, and that's kind of just how I fall in. Like I make my own little world, and that's just where I'm at the whole time. Yeah, I can control my dreams too. Like,
you a real super. So you got a superpower. You over here control. I mean, no.
It's like I'll be in the dream. I can control my actions in the dream. Like I'll know that this is a dream at the end of the day, but I'll literally have to be there. Like, okay, what else is gonna pop up? Like now what? One time there was these zombies. I don't know if you've seen
Walking Dead. No.
It's a zombie movie. It's like Dead Until Dawn.
Yeah. The one with George Clooney. It was like came out of what? Okay.
No, it was I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember. I'm sad. But it's just them. They were like in a mall. And there was like an end scene to it where they're all like kind of all the zombies are running and all the people that escaped are going off a boat. So I had a dream that I was on the boat, but my mom like put me on the boat and she was already like bit. So she had to stay back. Yeah. So I was like, in order to like not put myself through like that trauma, I literally slapped myself awake. I was like, bitch, I was like, wake the fuck up. She was like, wake up.
That is a real ass dream. That's a real ass scene.
And I woke up. I literally woke up. I was like, wake up. I woke up and my hand's right here. And I was like, did I really just, that worked? I was like, I can't believe that worked.
That's a real ass scene right there.
I will look up the movie right now if I have to.
That's interesting. Like gaining, right? Because we talked about sort of gaining wisdom through having a bunch of experiences in life, going through a bunch of shit. It's fascinating being able to absorb wisdom from a dream, like something that didn't actually happen.
Dude,
but
I
if
never
you
get rest.
But if you went through that dream and you were just like, I'm going to live through this. And you lived through it in your dream and you awoke with that feeling of like, damn, that shit hurt. Yes. That was rough for me. It's almost like it happened in some small way and you get to carry that along with you.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
It's not fun. Because hear me out. I had another time where I had a dream. This is probably like one of my biggest fears. I guess it's like being abandoned. Where I was just in this random house. It was just big, creaky, just everything's like dust, torn down, like creaky floorboards, all that whatnot. And then I like go in, there's no one there. I'm just like screaming for people. I'm like, hello, is anyone here? Like, hello, like, where is everyone? And then I just find one person in the room. They're like, they're gone. They're like, they just left. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean they're gone? I was like, who? I was like, what do you mean? And then I don't know what was going on. And I just ended up just like sobbing in the dream. I was like, there's no way they left me. Like, there's no way I'm here alone. And I was just crying and crying. And I woke up crying. Like, I woke up literally just like sobbing. That was traumatizing as fuck.
You see, in those moments, you don't like that at all. That's not cool to you.
It was literally like I was a foster child. They had moved out of the house. Yeah. I came back. No one was there. Everything was empty. And I was stuck there.
Very lucid dream. And you can't remember who that one person was in the house. Like,
well, I can, but it was just a very like random person from my high school. So I'm like, I don't think it's important.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Did you ever go to therapy? Did you ever talk to anyone about? Well, I just want to know if like you ever talked to anyone about any of these types of dreams, and if anyone's ever known.
I was in therapy when I was younger, but I don't think it helped because of the fact that I'm really good at making it seem like I'm okay when I'm really not. So they just she gave me like the all clear. Like she was like, "You're good. You're fine. Go about your life."
Yeah. Yeah, I know people do that often. I mean, that's it's wild that that's the way we sort of we move through the earth.
And it's like, I don't notice that I do it, but I guess like now that I'm older, I've just really noticed that I don't let people in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I don't even notice that I do it. Connor literally called me out like 2 weeks ago. He was like, dude, he's like, just let someone in for once. I'm like, I was like,
let someone in for once. Huh?
Yeah, he was just like, it doesn't kill you to just let someone in. I was like,
that's why I thought it was very, very cool because I don't be thinking about what people think of me or what, you know what I mean? Because what the fuck do I look like thinking about that? That's crazy. Like trying to figure out what
other people think. That's wild. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's wild. So I just don't even move that way. But when you came in that day and you wanted to have a discussion with me about some issues that you felt like you're having, I was wildly surprised by that. I was like, wow, this is wild that this is happening right now. I would have never suspected you would have come in and been like, I want to talk to Earl about this thing. I want to ask, pick his brain and just see what perspective he may have about this thing.
Well, I'm like, you have an adult perspective, so it's like I don't think I wanted to ask anyone else, to be honest, because they probably would have just either agreed with me or said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's not what you were looking for that day.
It's not. It's really not. I'm like, I just wanted to, like you said, a different perspective. And as you said, you like knowing perspective. So I was like, I need someone to almost kind of like open my eyes into like what the hell is going on.
Yeah, but it's interesting. But it's humbling more so than anything that someone opens up to you, especially when you're looking at the person and you know that this person didn't just walk up and open up to everybody about these things. So then you're just kind of like, damn, whatever's happening, they see me, and this is a very, very fleeting thought because then I'm still present and I have to be there to give
right.
to
it's
give
like
care
you have
for
to do the cute little
but you're just like, whatever is happening, you feel comfortable in this space enough to ask me, these series of questions or tell me about whatever it is you were telling me about that day. I was like, damn, that's deep. But you were letting someone in that day. I came to you later and I gave you a hug and I was like, we bonded more today.
Literally,
it happened again. And then you fed me a deviled egg. Soon afterwards, I know all these little points of like bonding.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I was like, it happened again. We bond a little bit more again. And then today, it happened again today. You are now here in this. What Mark taught me the word domicile.
What the?
You are now in my domicile.
I'm my dainty little M's and your domicile.
Yes.
What the?
Bonding. Like domain, domestic, I'm saying all the dom thinking all these words. House.
I'm a humble abode.
Yeah.
Like that.
Exactly.
Almost.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Humble abode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't know what you're doing, when I'm out there, but at least here we can but we can at least say that you have made steps consciously or not. Maybe you're just, again, it's just the vibes, just bringing you in, but you're listening to those and you're being drawn towards, and you're allowing yourself, like you came here, you talked to me with that first discussion that you had outside on the patio. So you brought me a gift, a wonderful whale. So like you're doing that. You may not be doing it with every single human that you walk into because you shouldn't be, because that's wild.
I do it to the people I choose to.
Yeah, so you did it. You're doing it. I bet there's like steps of healing are just like these small little steps. It's a bunch of itty bitty things. Small little deaths in rebirth. Small little deaths in rebirth. And they're just like happening in these small ways. And then like you look back and be like, fuck, came a long way. That's wild. That like it started with like these itty bitty things. But these are all the little moments in between where you're just like, boom, fill that hole, boom, do that little thing there. You've now spent 2.5 hours here talking. That's 2.5 hours of your day sitting down, having a conversation with someone. That's a pretty decent act of letting someone in, I'd say. Especially with the content that we've gotten into today. I mean, it's been all over the fucking place.
Literally, I'm like, I don't think we ever finished a single point.
It doesn't matter. Because it's all about the vibes. Because it's all about the vibes. So I think we understood that. That has been, there's always like some weird like little motif or theme of every episode, just from the natural occurrence of where that person is and where I am, and the just natural flow of conversation and thoughts and exchanges. And I think that ours today is the vibes.
Our theme today was time is a number, vibes are forever.
Let's end it right there. And we're like a couple of minutes away from 2:00. Thank you everybody for listening. Love you. Peace.